Day for baseball, and for the 32-30 Toronto Blue Jays, John Gibbons has written this down on the lineup card. Leading off is Jose Reyes. Reyes now with a 9-game hitting streak. He's 14 for 37 with 8 runs scored during the streak, followed by Donaldson, Bautista, Encarnacion, then Colabello, Martin, Smoke, who had a great night last night, Pilar, and Ryan Goins, whose career against Buchholz is 7 for 17 with 4 runs batted in. And they are facing the longest tenured member of the Red Sox pitching staff in Clay Buchholz.
Clay Buchholz makes his 13th start of the season, his 7th here at Fenway Park. It's also his 3rd consecutive home start here in the month of June. He has faced the Blue Jays more than any other club. He's gone 12-9 in 26 career games versus the Blue Jays. He's got a great earned run average against Toronto also. That's a 342 earned run average. That ranks 7th among active major league starters. There are his numbers for the year. The Blue Jays don't know, are they going to get the really good Clay Buchholz or the really bad Buchholz? They have faced him twice this year. He's been good in one game and not very good in the other.
1-1 his record against the Blue Jays. Early in the season, the Blue Jays were able to beat them, and then more recently it was a victory for Buchholz. Brian O'Nora flips the ball to the righty and ready to go. Jose Reyes steps in, hitting 300, 2 homers and 19 runs batted in, and Reyes has certainly seen his game improve since coming off the DL. First pitch, this ball is fouled back, and the ball game is underway.
And no mystery for the Blue Jays. You score 13 runs and get 15 hits. If you're John Gibbons, you just pencil in the same lineup that you had last night. This afternoon.
Head right to the copying machine. There we go.
Exactly.
Sandoval on the infield grass. Foul back by Reyes. Reyes is batting .343 since coming off the DL. He's been fired up, says he's seen the ball better.
He pushed that hit streak up to 9 in yesterday's ball game when he scratched out a hit in that 7th inning, a base hit that really kept the line moving for the Blue Jays.
Skies this one into a clear blue sky and calling everybody off is Rusney Castillo. He makes the out, first out. And the defense for John Farrell and the Boston Red Sox, and they've had to make a change in the outfield. Hanley Ramirez moves back in after getting a night off. He's suffering from a bruised knee. Ramirez, Castillo, and Daza. Betts is sitting it out. In the infield is Sandoval, Bogarts, Pedroia, and Holt from 3rd to 1st. And Sandy Leon is the catcher handling Clay Buchholz. The batter now, Josh Donaldson, 3rd baseman, hitting .322.
And Sandy Leon has become the personal catcher for Clay Buchholz. He's done really well the last 10 games. He's got a catcher earned run average of .249. And Red Sox pitchers have allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 8 of the 10 games that he has caught.
Big swing by Donaldson. 1 ball, 1 strike with a cutter coming from Buchholz. Donaldson has 25 multi-hit games. Picked up 2 hits last night.
That's 5 in a row for Josh Donaldson.
Just keeps on rolling.
Well, he uses the whole field. And pitchers have been throwing him a lot more breaking balls, and instead of trying to power the ball out of the ballpark, he's taking what they're giving him, getting base hits back through the middle.
Fouls this one away. Bautista on deck. Bautista loosening up. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And Donaldson's not happy about it. 2 down. Well, during a win streak, a lot of people contribute. And take a look at these 4 guys. What a quartet.
Well, you got Donaldson and the production that he has given the Blue Jays. Reyes, Pilar, and Bautista. John Gibbons was talking about the top of the order yesterday, saying that they're all veteran guys. They've done it before in the past. Kevin Pilar has added his name to that mix. You know, it was really just a matter of time, I think, before the Blue Jays offense really started kicking into gear.
Bautista Looks at ball one.
You talk about the Blue Jays and their offense, and we haven't seen the incredible production that we have seen in the past from Jose and Edwin. Bautista's only hitting .253 coming into this game, and Edwin just .228. What happens when they start hitting a little bit more consistently? I think you're going to see a lot more runs scored. Is that possible? Is that possible, the way that they have been scoring runs this year?
Well, and as you said, here are two main cogs in your offense, too, not really being as productive as you expect.
Yeah, well, not like we have seen in the past where they can just carry teams for weeks on end.
Oh, breaking ball. Very nice curveball settled in.
That curveball is a very good one right there from Clay Buchholz. He's been pitching a lot better lately, being a little bit more aggressive with his fastball, throwing more strikes, and then using his secondary pitches to get the strikeouts.
The 2-2. Bautista strikes that. Left center field. To the warning track, and under it was Castillo. And that finishes the Blue Jays off. A 1-2-3. Top of the first. Red Sox coming to the plate. And we come back to Fenway. Against the knuckleballer looks like this. Dustin Pedroia, Brock Holt, Hanley Ramirez, and then David Ortiz. Ortiz's career against Dickey hitting .348, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. Xander Bogaerts is on an 8-game hitting streak. He's 11 for 31 with 4 runs batted in. Pablo Sandoval at third. Alejandro Diaz is in right. Rusty Castillo is playing in center. Mookie Betts is out after slamming into the railing last night. And Sandy Leon is the catcher.
That is the lineup that R.A. Dickey will face this afternoon as he gets ready for his 13th start of the season. No decision last time out against Houston. He pitched into the 6th inning, had 4 walks and 5 strikeouts versus the Astros in that no decision. He was 4-0 last year against the Red Sox with a very good earned run average at .223. This season, he's faced them twice, and he has lost both starts to the Red Sox.
Dustin Pedroia is hitting .308, but he has been hitting so very well since taking over the leadoff spot. .308, 9 homers, driven in 26. There was the fastball for Dickey.
He'll do that from time to time, slip that thing in there, that knuckleball, especially early in the game.
That one over the glove of Dickey. Goins to Smoke. Very nicely done with the defense for the Blue Jays. So let's take a look at it as John Gibbons goes with Colabello, Pilar, and Bautista in the outfield from left to right field. And if you're watching last night, there's really not much to change in your scorebook. Donaldson, Reyes at short, Goins at second, Smoke at first, and Russell Martin behind the plate, catching the knuckleballer R.A. Dickey.
And R.A. Dickey is a fly ball type of pitcher, so you have to have good defense in the outfield. And Who's been playing better defense for the Blue Jays in the outfield than Kevin Pillar? He has been outstanding. He's got 5 outfield assists. That leads the Blue Jay outfielders in 1 error and another circus catch in last night's game.
A beauty. Here's Brock Holtz, who's now playing first base. And last night you mentioned it, Tabby. This is a guy that John Farrell can put anywhere. And right now, playing at first base.
Played all the positions for the Boston Red Sox defensively last year except pitcher and catcher. He was the first Red Sox player to ever do that.
Ground ball foul down the first baseline.
And with his start today at first base, this is his first start at first base, so he has done it again this year. He has played every position. He has made at least 1 start at every position but pitcher and catcher. That's 2 years in a row now. He is a super sub, and teams are getting guys like this on their roster a little bit more. It's like having 2 or 3 extra players on your roster. Maybe you can carry an extra pitcher now.
It's one of those players who are lovingly referred to as a dirtbag. Just love to get their uniform dirty and play.
Just put me in the lineup. That's all I ask for. He won a batting title when he was in Double-A just a few years ago.
Takes ball 1 and 2. And a strikeout for R.A. Dickey.
Well, one of the things that R.A. has been trying to work on is change speeds with that knuckleball. He'll throw the hard one and get it up there about 78, 79, 80 miles an hour, but at times he'll take something off of that, and that was the floater right there. Took a little something off of that one and messed the timing up of the batter. First strikeout of the afternoon.
19 degrees. Expected to go a little warmer as the day moves on. Blue sky with just a little bit of cloud. Now facing Hanley Ramirez. Ramirez was given the night off. Took a wicked shot off the knee in Baltimore.
And he's had a little bit of a hamstring problem that's been bothering him just a little bit. So John Farrell just wanted to give him 1 more day, get him off his feet.
And this one, high fly ball left field. Colabello measures it just at the edge of the warning track, makes the out, and there is a 3 up, 3 down for Dickey and the Blue Jays. 1 inning in the book, no score.
And they were hoping it was Clay Buchholz, but he got off to a rough start. April, a 576 earned run average, a little bit better in May at 331. Now 2 starts here in the month of June. This is more like the Red Sox were hoping for from Clay Buchholz, a 284 earned run average, and he's really come in sync with their new pitching coach, Carl Willis. Carl Willis worked with John Farrell over in the Cleveland Indians organization. He's had a lot of very good pitchers that he has worked with. He worked with Felix Hernandez over in Seattle, CC Sabathia when he was with Cleveland, Cliff Lee, so he knows something about pitching, and he has really synced up with Clay Buchholz, and it's really working.
And a 3-up, 3-down first inning for Buchholz facing Encarnacion, Colabello, and Martin in the top of the second. They need somebody to step up and be the ace. They'd like that to be Buchholz. They've got the youngster that we're going to see tomorrow in Eduardo Rodriguez, who's off to a brilliant start. Here's a base hit into left field as Encarnacion gets things started for the Blue Jays. Takes a big turn at first and back safely. Ooh, that was dangerous and a very quick turn by Pedroia to try to get him.
Well, I think that shows that the Blue Jays are going to try and run on Hanley Ramirez in left field. Ramirez, a converted shortstop, now playing in the outfield as this ball is blistered by Encarnacion. Ramirez does a good job getting over there, getting to the ball, playing it off the wall. Encarnacion came out of the box thinking double all the way. He was trying to bust it. You can see how hard he's going. He picks up the run right there and gets back as Ramirez gets it back quickly and holds him to a single.
Leadoff man aboard, Chris Colabello, hitting .336. Takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. The curveball settling in. Colabello had an 18-game hitting streak. Really opened a lot of eyes, and well, he's just enjoying his time here.
Yeah, he has earned the playing time for the Blue Jays with that hot streak. He comes into this game at .336, and you'd love to load up your lineup with right-handers in this ballpark. Trying to take advantage of that wall in left field. It is not very deep. Colabello is a local guy too, so wouldn't it be nice for him to put one up there in the monster seats?
There's the monster. Up high. It's interesting, we were talking too about different quirks of different stadiums, and you take a look at the setup here at Fenway Park and the other little unique things in different ballparks around North America.
Yeah, what other ballpark's got a ladder in play?
Yeah,
in left field like they do right here. This is a great hitter's ballpark. It's always been a very tough place for pitching.
The 1-2. Colabello goes the other way, fouls it into the upper deck.
In theory, I like what the Red Sox did in the offseason to revamp their pitching staff. They tried to fill their starters up with a lot of ground ball type pitchers, Rick Porcello and Wade Miley, trying to get the ball on the ground. You don't want fly ball pitchers in this ballpark. You could see what happened in last night's ball game. And that has been a lot better statistic for Clay Buchholz over the last 6 or so starts for Buchholz. His ground ball to fly ball ratio has gone 2-to-1, where it used to be about even. He's now 2-to-1 more ground balls than fly balls.
Colabello deep into the hole, picking it up quickly is Bogaerts to second, not in time. Bogaerts had to go belly down in the dirt just to keep that from getting into the outfield. Runners now at first and second.
You know, if you're the runner at first base, you are digging hard to second base so you can get a base hit for your teammate, and that's exactly what Edwin did. He got a nice secondary lead as the pitch was being delivered, and then hustled straight into the bag. There he is at first base, nice secondary lead, and he's hustling. He is thinking about beating this ball to second base, and he does. That's how you run the bases. He is one of the most intelligent base runners that the Blue Jays have. He's not a burner, obviously, but he runs the bases very smart.
And now Russell Martin, who hit a bases clearing triple last night, steps in. He's now driven in 31 runs. He's had 2 triples this year. Couldn't ask for a better time triple than last night. Ground ball gets by Sandoval. Encarnacion's given a stop sign. Bases are loaded. Nobody out in the second. Does this look familiar with Justin Smoak coming to the plate?
Well, if he can do what he did yesterday, Blue Jays are going to score a lot of runs. Yesterday, Justin Smoak was hitting the ball hard and all over to the ballpark. This is a 3-1 pitch that he hammers into center field. This is his first career triple. He would hit this base hit. This was a single to left field, and then he caps off that 9-run 7th inning with his 2-run home run from the right side. A little slider from the left-hander. All told, 3 hits, a double shy of the cycle for Justin Smoak. He was telling me today that he got sent down by the Seattle Mariners last season for a month, and when he went down to AAA, he said that's where I really found my stroke. It really started happening for me. And I asked him, well, what did you do? He said, you know what, I stopped worrying about everything. I just went out there and saw the ball, and I said, forget it, I'm just going to hit it. Hit about 340 for that month. Got called back up in September. The Blue Jays picked him up, and he has been hitting ever since the Blue Jays picked him up.
Nobody out, bases loaded. Top of the second inning. Oh, he wanted that and a changeup. He went curveball changeup.
Well, you saw the first couple of hits he had in yesterday's game. What were they? Fastball. And he went to Brooke Jacoby and said, boy, my last at bat, they started throwing me all breaking balls. And Jake says, well, are you surprised? You surprised? Well, you were hammering that fastball. He's just going to show him the fastball this afternoon, try and get him out with an off-speed pitch.
0-2. Oh, the crowd trying to be umpire. Ball 1. That was the fastball and busted him inside. One ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Inside again. Another fastball.
And those are just show me pitches right there. I don't think you want to be throwing fastballs to this guy.
So back again with an off speed now.
I might see that changeup. He's also got a splitter. He's got a little bit of everything.
He doesn't lean on anything. Well, he leans on the fastball the majority of the time. But
yeah, for the most part, like most people do. But he's got a wide assortment of pitches.
The 2-2. Misses with the changeup. You were right. He came back with the changeup.
Well, I think this pitch right here will tell you what kind of day it's going to be for Clay Buchholz. What does he have confidence in? Is he going to challenge him with the fastball? Or does he have to spin the ball to try and get an out?
Encarnacion's at third, Colabello at second, Martin at first. 3 straight hits here in the top of the second for the Jays. The 3-2. Got him. Got him looking with the cut fastball.
And Smoak not real happy with that call. You're right. It's a breaking ball. He thinks it's off the plate. Leon does a good job of framing that ball for the home plate umpire, Brian O'Nora. So a big strikeout for Buchholz. And he went with the breaking ball.
One down, Kevin Pillar. Pillar had 2 hits last night. Pilar hammers that foul and into the seats. Oh, that got in the seats in a hurry. Everybody okay?
I don't think so. That was the big talk when we came in here about the fans and how close they are, and there is none closer than Fenway Park. I think that fan right there got it right on the back. That was a wicked line drive. They've got ball boys and ball girls down the lines to try and protect the fans, but that ball was hit so hard, no chance.
She's shaking it off
to make the catch.
Yeah, that wasn't even close to really the.
No, couldn't even get up out of the seat there to make that play.
Rolling her shoulders, she looks like she's okay. We'll have a little souvenir, a different kind of souvenir. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reaching out, just sending that into left field. 1 run scores. And an RBI single for Kevin Pilar. The Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead.
You know, the great thing about hitting here is it's very short to left field. You get the ball up in the air, you can have some big days. The bad part about that is you got the bases loaded like that and you hit a single to left field, you're only going to score 1 run. I don't care who's running. The left fielder is just too close. Pilar reaches out, and watch this. Line drive into left field, and the runner at third base now, Colabello, he can't score. He's not going to be able to move up. So I guess it gives it and it takes it away, doesn't it?
1 run in now to Ryan Goins, the number 9 man in the order. Just 1 away. Goins drives this up the middle. This will score 1 run. Here comes Colabello getting the wave as well. Is Russell Martin. He slides in safely, and going into second is Goins. He's driven in 2. The Blue Jays take a 3-0 lead.
You know, some of the best at bats yesterday in that game I thought belonged to Ryan Goins. Ryan had a couple of doubles. He hit the ball up the middle. He hit the ball the other way. That time it wasn't hit that hard, softly in the center field, so he was able to score a couple of runs. Little cutter out over the plate, and Ryan's not waiting around for anybody. He's going to plate the first run, and then the second run's going to score. I don't know why Castillo came up firing here. No chance to get that second runner, as you can see, and with the throw bouncing off of the mound and away from Holt, the cutoff man, going heads up. He's running with his head up. He gets into scoring position at second base.
In the scoring position with just 1 out. As soon as he saw Castillo commit to trying to make that play back into the infield. Well, one thing the Blue Jays have been able to do, Tabby, is score runs. They now have 341. Yankees are distant second, 278, and the Rangers at 275.
Yeah, double digits too. I mean, that's a lot of runs to get in a baseball game. 10 or more. Blue Jays have done it 11 times this year, and they have really beat up on some mediocre pitching this year.
Buchholz now facing the top of the order, and Jose Reyes flied out to center. Changeup was up high, 2-0.
Buchholz is coming off a game where he got a no decision. He only pitched 4 2/3 innings against Oakland and gave up 10 base hits. That ended his 6-game streak of consecutive 6+ innings pitched. And the Blue Jays are trying to do the same thing.
Reyes pops it up, and Bogaerts stands under. That's the second out. So Reyes is 0 for 2 as he looks to try to extend his hitting streak to 10 games. He's at 9 right now. After 2 attempts, Leon comes out to talk to Buchholz as Josh Donaldson, who struck out in the first inning, gets his second trip very quickly.
There's a couple more out there. You got to cash them in. You got to take advantage anytime you've got runners in scoring position in this ballpark.
Lots of space in left center. Ground ball to Bogaerts. Plenty of time to get Donaldson, and that finishes off the Blue Jays in the second, but not before they do some damage against Buchholz. Blue Jays score 3, and after an inning and a half, the 3-0 lead over Boston.
His best-selling car for 17 years in a row and the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Great view of Charles River in Boston, Massachusetts. And in the Fenway part of town is a ballpark. And what a ballpark it is. With the Blue Jays striking first, and apparently it's hat day. Look at that. There's a Fenway Park hat.
That's a whole lot of hats.
That's a beauty.
And the Sitco sign, of course, in left field.
What do they got there? They got a lot of people on base. Blue Jays with 3 in the top of the second. Ortiz, Bogarts, and Sandoval to face R.A. Dickey. And I'm sure R.A. was willing to sit there as long as it took in that top of the second.
I'm sure he wished those other runs were scored. A couple of runners on. Second and third, 1 out, and just couldn't get one of them in.
Strike. 2 balls and a strike. And Ortiz has had a pretty good career against Dickey, 348 average.
You want to talk about a shift. How about that shift?
Calling for it and making the play in shallow right field. That's the way to make the shift work, as Ryan Goins was playing rover.
They almost had 4 infielders on the right side of the diamond. Josh Donaldson is just now getting to his position back at third base. He was almost positioned behind the bag at second base.
I think as a hitter, though, that would make you so angry. So everybody load up on that one side and you're saying, look at that. All I have to do is get to that real estate.
It wouldn't make me angry. I'd just take advantage of it and drop a bunt down. Right?
True.
Just push a ball past the pitcher and you can walk to first base.
Xander Bogaerts, 8-game hitting streak. Takes a strike. Fouls it back, and very quickly Dickey ahead.
Bogaerts is going to be a good player. He's 22 years old. He's got that average just under 300. He's hit safely in each of his last 8 games with some power. Not this time.
And very quickly makes his attempt at the knuckleball and just skips and heads back to the dugout. 2 down.
You know, Dickey will do this again from time to time. That looked like it might have been a fastball, and it was in a good spot. He had Bogaerts thinking about the knuckleball and then dropped that 80-mile-an-hour fastball on him in a good spot. Picked up his second strikeout.
Pablo Sandoval steps in. He's hitting .245, 6 homers, 21 runs batted in. Takes strike 1, and that one he goes after and then holds up. It's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, he tried to level that.
And it's wiggling towards home plate. That knuckleball. You mentioned Sandoval hitting that home run. And last night, that was his first home run since May the 16th. He's been in a drought.
It's when he just reaches out, sends the other way, drops into the corner. Sandoval going for extra bases as Colabello picks it up. Intended better, just reached out, put it into left field. And a 2-out double.
And what does the hitter say when he gets to second base like that? He said, I hit it the way you threw it. Took a little something off of that one and just reached out and poked it to left field. I thought Chris Colabello had a shot at getting Sandoval at second base if he fields this ball cleanly off the wall. Bounced right to him. Look at that ricochet right to him, but he misses it. And then as soon as R.A. recognizes that ball is missed, he's doesn't have a chance.
Alejandro De Aza hitting .217. De Aza came into the game last night after Mookie Betts was injured. Played right field. Castillo moving into center. And that's the way it is today with Castillo and De Aza. Ball gets away from Martin, and Sandoval easily to third.
Well, that's the trouble you're always going to have with a knuckleball pitcher. That was a knuckleball, and it got off the glove.
And a pass ball. Dickey gets a good look at Pablo Sandoval at third. Comes to the plate. Now 3-0 against Aza. And then comes right back with a fastball. 3-1. Taking all the way was Diaza. And they appeal. Oh, Diaza was starting to make his way to first base, and Jeff Kellogg at third went no.
Well, let's take a look at from the side. That's a swing.
Yeah.
Tried to hold up on that pitch.
3-0 now, full count. Ground ball. Goins scoops it up, makes the play to Smoke, and that leaves Sandoval at third. 2 innings complete. Blue Jays lead the Red Sox 3-0.
No lineups prior to 10 a.m., 1 autograph per person, and no posed photos. Guys, I talked to a number of Blue Jays last night about that outburst in the 7th inning, and they were all pretty much blown away by what they were able to do, but none was more impressed than that man right there, Kevin Seitzer. He said in all the years he's been in the game of baseball, Brooke Jacoby, he says he has never seen anything like this at this level of baseball. He's seen a lot of baseball games over the years, guys.
Well, think about it. 9 batters came to the plate. 9 batters reached before they got an out.
Just kept rolling along. As you said, just keep the train a-rolling. And that's what they did to the 3rd inning now.
You know, that was very impressive, but it's not a major league record.
You'd think that that's almost remarkable to think that somebody could have done better than that.
I'm going to go way back here. National League game 1883.
Oh, I remember that game. I was there. It was great.
Big league record, 18 runs in the 7th inning.
Launching that one, Bautista. That's out of the park, but foul left side.
Strike 1. All right. The Cubs, the team now known as the Cubs, they were called the White Stockings back then. They scored 13 times before Detroit could get an out, could make their first put out. They ended up scoring 18 runs in the 7th inning, 13 of them before they got an out.
Bautista going the other way, foul.
So the Blue Jays were almost there.
What was the final?
Make the final. I don't know the final.
But if you score,
they scored 18 runs. I know that.
Holy smoke! Could you imagine the pitcher's lines?
Not good. Only the Cubs, right?
Yeah.
Only the Cubs. Then at that time known as the White Stockings.
Bautista rips that line shot. Great play by Brooke Holt, diving to his right to snare that in the first out of the third.
That looked like it might have been extra bases right there for Bautista. They're going to play him way off the line. You can see Brock Holt off the line. He's going to plug up that hole, and he does it nicely. Bautista thinks he has a base hit, but Brock Holt, making his first start at first base this afternoon, snares it for the first out.
Encarnacion started the action for the Blue Jays in the second inning with a single. Came around to score one of the 3 runs. Takes a strike. He gets under. Trying to track it down is Leon and Sandoval. They drop the ball. Leon and Sandoval. For Leon, that's kind of like running into a wall, and the ball pops loose, and another life for Encarnacion.
Well, that's been the talk also here in Boston, is the defensive mistakes that the Red Sox have made. They helped the Blue Jays in that 9-run inning in last night's game. This is the play for the third baseman all the way. Catcher, he's got the gear. He's got to throw it off. He's backing up, basically coming after. You can see the third baseman Sandoval calling it. That's his play all the way. But Leon gets in the way, knocks it down, and Edwin's got life.
Fouls it back to the right side. And that goes as an error to the catcher. So it's an E2.
Little plays like that. You know, now Buchholz has to face Encarnacion again. Granted, he's got a couple of strikes on him, but it's still should be 2 outs, nobody on.
The 1-2. Now 2-2.
You know, here's the problem, Rob, that you find when teams are struggling, and the Red Sox are struggling right now. The players care. They want to make plays. You start seeing players go out of their way to try and make plays instead of just letting the game come to them. Sandy Leon is a good catcher, and normally you're not going to see that kind of mistake right there. But in his haste to make something happen, being an aggressive player, he bumps into his third baseman and keeps this at bat alive for Edwin.
And as you said, instead of it being 2 out, the count's full. And Buchholz having to throw more pitches.
And it just makes everything magnified. You know, especially when you're playing in your home ballpark and you mess up, the fans are right on top of you. They'll let you know what they think. Red Sox just have been struggling a little bit in all phases of the game.
Reach out, just in behind us. Well, this has been strange the last little while, and really, if you kind of pinpoint from May 1st, you look at the difference.
Yeah, they were okay in April, the Red Sox, but since May 1st, they are last in runs per game. They got the second worst record in all of baseball at 15-25. They haven't been able to pitch it, hit it, or catch it, and that just spells trouble.
3-2. Again, foul. Boy, Encarnacion could have been out of this, but is certainly making it tough on Buchholz. Well, they started off 12-10 rather, and everybody thought, okay, a little different for the Red Sox. And then May rolled around.
And there it is, 7 games back. The Red Sox, unfamiliar territory for them here.
3-2. Buchholz gets him, but it took 5-6 extra pitches to do so.
Pretty good at bat right there from Edwin. That was a 10-pitch at bat after that ball was dropped, and then Buchholz says, you know what, I got to take it myself. We've been using the fastball little bit more, and he blows that one by for his third strikeout.
So a strikeout for Encarnacion. And a strike. It's Chris Colabello.
He was hunting fastball right there, wasn't he? And they threw him a breaking ball. Couldn't check it.
To get that momentum going with the barrel of the bat, trying to have your wrists control it without something making a noise. Oh, the 0-1, just a sweeping offering there by Colabello.
First one was a curveball. That one looked like a slider / cutter. As a hitter, you see fastball out of his hand, and you start your swing, and then about halfway to home, it starts sliding away from you, starts cutting away from you. It's tough to hold up. Two pretty good pitches right there from Buchholz.
Soft grounder. Buchholz backhands it, makes the play, and it turns into a 1-2-3 top of the third. Blue Jays still with a 3-0 lead. Fenway.
City and Sportsnet 1. And Falsey, this is great that the Blue Jays are on the road while the IndyCar race is going on in Toronto, because traffic would be a mess.
Which is different from what day?
Yeah. What are you saying?
You're right. The access to the ballpark would have been, well, traffic's always annoying. You would have amped up the level of annoyance. It's a great contingent of Blue Jay fans consorting there with some of the Red Sox fans. Enjoying a great afternoon of baseball.
You couldn't ask for a better afternoon for baseball, huh?
It's a Blue Jay hat, and I'm not kidding. There's a Blue Jay hat. Into the bottom of the third, Castillo, Leon, and Pedroia to face Dickey. Surrendered 1 hit, struck out 2. Faced 7 batters to this point. One drops foul. Ball girl will gather it up.
This is just a guess, but I'm figuring that Rusney Castillo has not seen too many knuckleball pitchers in his career. Comes from Cuba.
Yeah, they got some fireballers there. Yeah, they don't have many knuckleballers.
They don't have many guys like R.A. Dickey, where he came from minor leagues. There's not a lot of Knuckleball pitchers in the minor leagues. Castillo just called up recently.
He had a good night last night, though. He was on base 4 times, 3 for 4 and a walk. That one just baffled him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball, right center field. Back they go. And did he make the grab? Yes! Jose Bautista reaching into the bullpen, pulls it out. Ho-ho!
Well, he had to deal with a couple of different things here. You know, Blue Jays have been a much better defensive team since Bautista has been back in the lineup in right field. He had to deal with the sun. He had to find the wall. Then he had to find the ball, and that's going to be a home run. He's getting help from Pilar, letting him know where the wall is. But look at, he times his leap perfectly into the wall, stays
and holds on to it.
Yeah, on top of the wall and doesn't fall in and takes a home run away from him.
Great play by Jose Bautista in right field for the first out of the 3rd.
He was asked the other day what's the best catch he ever made, and he made one in Atlanta a couple of years ago, which was a game saver. This time, this is a home run saver. Look at him. He had to deal with the wall. He had to find it. He had to deal with the sun. He had to find the baseball and then haul it in, or that ball's out of here.
Popping it up is Leon. Goins shielding his eyes with his glove, but he calls for it and makes the play.
And the guy who is most appreciative, R.A. Dickey, he's just sitting there watching, hoping that that ball would stay in the ballpark, and it did, thanks to that man right there. My
concern was when he went belly over the barrier there, that he held on to the ball. 2 down, top of the order. Dustin Pedroia, he grounded out the second.
Boy, he means so much to this team. Offensively, obviously, but defensively, the Blue Jays have been a different team defensively since he has been back in the lineup. They were not very good when he was just DHing.
Even though he did have his bat, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, but
that adds so much more.
He's good. I thought he had an outside chance, and he did. He was very close for the Gold Glove last year. I mean, that's how good he was in the outfield in the American League last year. And he shows you why right there.
The 0-2. Sky, right side. Smoke shielding his eyes with the glove, but makes the play in foul territory. It's 3 up, 3 down. And what a way to start this inning. A little D from a guy known maybe for a little O. Bautista takes away a home run.
you'll receive a Blue Jays cap, stainless steel water bottle, and a nylon wallet, as well as front-of-the-line access to run the bases. A membership is only $24.99. Sign up today. Go to BlueJays.com/kids. What a great idea for kids to get down to the ballpark and receive some great gifts.
And a lot of young people at the ballpark on this Saturday afternoon in Boston. Great to see so many kids enjoying baseball. And into the fourth inning, Martin, Smoke, and Pilar to face Clay Buchholz. Buchholz had a 1-2-3 third after giving up 3 runs in the second inning.
Stranded a couple of runners in that second inning. Second and third, 1 out, and he has not given up a hit or a base runner since then.
Strike on the outside part, and Martin just took a look over his shoulder, checked with Brian O'Nora to make sure. Drives this one foul to the right side. Boy, that one slipped right out of his hand. It skipped just before the batter's box.
That's called a spike right there. You know, in football,
yeah,
when they score touchdowns and they spike the ball.
He had no touchdown dance, though.
He spiked that one. Russell's choking up just a little bit more now with 2 outs, or excuse me, 2 strikes. Buchholz is going for the punch out.
The 1-2, and he'll get it. Just took a little bit off the fastball and gets the strikeout, his 4th.
Well, the Blue Jays, they're rolling right now. We all know about the 9-game win streak. Well, how have they gotten there? Well, they've hit over 300 as a team. They're scoring almost 8 runs a game. Look at the home runs and the runners in scoring position, nearly 500 batting average with runners in scoring position. I'll tell you, that makes you look really smart when you hit like this.
Yeah.
You know, you outscore the other team.
John Gibbons told us before the game, too, that just the part of playing in this ballpark, you're not really out of it. And if all of a sudden you chip away, as the Blue Jays did last night, all of a sudden things turn around.
Well, they needed the relief pitching.
Yeah.
And Gibby got that, first of all. When Hutchison got knocked out in the 3rd inning, he needed the relief pitching, and he got that. He knows how good his offense is. Just need a little pitching because they're going to score you runs. What a job by the bullpen. Bo Schultz, 2 2/3 shutout. Aaron Loop had a shutout inning. Steve Delabar had a shutout inning.
Delabar came in and ended up getting the victory. Cecil picked up the save, but wasn't without a little bit of nerves, too. Big swing by Smoke, and that's strikeout number 5.
This is the win streaks, 10 games or more for the Blue Jays. They've got 9. The last time they did 10 was in 2008. Team record was set in 1987, 1998, and 2013, 11 in a row.
They had a 9-game winning streak last year from May 20th to 28th. And now sitting on a 9-game streak with a 3-0 lead. Kevin Pillar singled, drove in a run in the 3-run second. Right now, though, Buchholz is cooking along. He's had 2 strikeouts.
Ever since that single by Goins that scored a couple of runs. That's the first base runner right there.
And Pillar's 2 for 2.
He has been hitting a little bit of everything right now. You can see he doesn't have that exaggerated leg kick like we saw early in the year. He slows everything down. The pitch gets a little bit slower as it's coming into the plate, and Pillar sends it back through the middle.
Now, nobody would say that was a sharply stung ball, but it goes through, and it goes down on the score sheet as a single.
Yeah, it's a base hit to center field, and now Blue Jays can elect to start the runner if they want, or they can let Ryan Goins, who's been swinging a hot bat here in the first 2 games, to see if he can keep the inning alive.
Goins takes a strike, drove in 2 runs with a single in the second inning, was able to go to second on the throw. Pilar with that sliding mitt on his left hand.
Boy, that's a good lead at first base.
Gets the mitt back on the bag.
And I think Clay Buchholz picked up on that also, that was a very good lead at first base. He is 8 for 9 in stolen bases this year. This is going to be a tough tandem to run on, both Buchholz and Leon. Leon has thrown out 63% of the runners trying to steal against him this year.
Ground ball gets past Sandoval into left field. Pilar was on the move, but has to hold up. As you said, he gets into left field, and really not much you can do. You can't make it from first to third, but now runners at first and second with 2 outs.
And there's the bottom of the lineup once again. 2 quick outs, a couple of strikeouts for Buchholz, and then Pilar and Goins get base hits to turn that lineup over. Now a chance for Reyes, who's already hitting for the 3rd time in this ball game.
Trying to extend his hit streak to 10. It's 0 for 2. Flied out, popped up. Rips this one into right field and foul just down the right field line. Well, he tore into it.
That's what he'll do. Early in the count with runners in scoring position, he's up there swinging.
That's aggressive with a capital A when you just lay into that first pitch. Takes ball 1.
I'll tell you, the runners Pilar and Goins are trying to get a jump. Right before that last pitch, they were dancing off both of those bases like they were going to try and pull off the double steal. The infielders are playing back to try to keep the ball on the infield. This would be a good time to put the pickoff on if I was the Red Sox.
Ripped foul. Skips up and past the first section. I got him reading the fists too as he turned on it.
John Farrell, he'll give the sign to one of the infielders or give it to the catcher to put that pickoff play on with the shortstop at second base. And it's a timing play between the pitcher and the shortstop.
Bogaerts isn't going too far away from Pilar at second. Trying to get him to dance back. Reyes sends that out. That's a base hit into left field, and that will score Pilar. An RBI single for Jose Reyes. He's got a 10-game hit streak and helps the Blue Jays open up a 4-0 lead.
Very aggressive have been the Blue Jays. After the first 2 outs go down, Pilar singles to center, Goins singles to left field. They looked like they were antsy on the bases, like they wanted to go, and now they're going to score with a 2-out hit. We told you they've been hitting about 500 with runners in scoring position. Now it's 2 outs, runners in scoring position, and Reyes is going to cash him in. No chance for Hanley Ramirez to make that play in the outfield.
Goins at third, Reyes at first, and Josh Donaldson's 0 for 2, getting his 3rd trip to the plate.
Already here in the 4th inning, and a couple of runners on base. And don't you think he wants to drive in some runs here? Reyes, he's only been thrown out 1 time this year, trying to steal.
And that was last night. First inning, walked and then caught stealing. Swihart, the catcher.
Ooh, what a cut.
32 extra base hits for Josh Donaldson, has him second in the American League. And looking at the RBI leaders, he and Mark Teixeira top of the list. Miguel Cabrera 43, Prince Fielder. Boy, those are some good names.
There's some run producers right there. Veterans. They've been doing it a long time.
The 1-2. He's getting dangerously close to putting one into the booth here.
Are you ready?
I'm diving.
I'm catching it. I'm not diving anyway. I'm trying to catch it. Might ricochet and drill you.
Hit my large heed. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. 1 run is scored in the 4th. Puckholz delivers, and Donaldson gets a piece of it to foul it back.
They have really made Clay Buchholz work this afternoon. On top of the base hits, they've got 8 hits already here in the 4th inning. But they have driven that pitch count up by having some good at-bats and fouling off some tough pitches. Encarnacion had a 10-pitch at-bat earlier. This is a long at-bat right here. He's been averaging about 14 pitches per inning in this nice little hot streak that he's been on.
Takes up high. Fastball missing. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's averaging almost 20 an inning this afternoon.
74 pitches to this point. Donaldson, ground ball. Bogarts up with it, makes the shovel to second to get the force and end the inning. But the Blue Jays add 1 more after an RBI single by Reyes. Blue Jays 4, Red Sox nothing.
Canada's best-selling car for 17 years in a row and the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
What a great view of Fenway Park here in Boston. Blue Jays with 4 runs on 8 hits. Boston, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error against R.A. Dickey. Dickey's only faced 11 batters as he enters the bottom of the 4th. Holt, Ramirez, and Ortiz due up. Strike to Holt. Struck out in his first trip to the plate.
He's a good player. He's playing more because he can play all over the diamond. He was the Red Sox Rookie of the Year last year. And you can see he's very patient at the plate. Not afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
Whoa. Oh, got away from everybody.
Nice.
Oh, he went after it. And Holt turns to discuss his displeasure with Brian O'Nora.
Brock Holt got on top of the plate to take away the inside pitch, and this is a strike. He thinks it's inside, but it's right over the inside part of the plate. A good knuckleball and a good spot for his third strikeout of the afternoon. Good pitch by R.A. Dickey. Second time that he has gotten Brock Holt.
Hanley Ramirez flied out. R.A. Dickey seems to be cruising along right now. 3 strikeouts.
Hanley Ramirez had a great month of April. Got off to an outstanding start for the Red Sox. Ran into some trouble. He only drove in 5 runs in the month of May. He's already driven in 5 here in the month of June, but just an awful May for him.
He signed as a free agent last November. Signed through 2018. Boy, made a swing at it, offered at that.
He's got a distinct swing. He's got a quick bat. And I think a good park for him to hit in Fenway Park. But a decent matchup for R.A. Dickey. Get those hitters up there who like to swing the bat.
Ripped foul. That were off the padding. That cutout down the left field line and into left field. And Colabello has to help out. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pops this one up. It will drift foul behind first base. Ramirez 9 for 19 against right-handed pitching in his last 8 games, but this, of course, is a different kind of right-handed pitcher with the knuckleball coming at you.
Yeah, he has faced Dickey coming into this game 27 at bats. He's got a home run, a walk, and 4 strikeouts against R.A. He too is right on top of the plate, almost daring R.A. to challenge him. And that's one thing that right-handed batters can do. They can crowd the plate, making it a little bit more difficult for a knuckleball pitcher to throw it through the window, as they say, of the strike zone.
The 3-2. And he muscles that into center field. A base hit. Just the second hit for the Sox this afternoon.
Just could not put him away. He got ahead of him early with 2 strikes, and then 3-2. Pitch on the inner half, and it actually beats Hanley Ramirez. And you're right, just muscles this ball into center field for the base hit.
David Ortiz popped up to second.
Well, they make you throw it over, don't they? Very patient hitters at the plate. And if you don't have your good stuff, if you're not throwing strikes with it, they're not going to help you out.
Very quickly 3-0 against Ortiz.
And be careful right here. You know Big Papi's got the green light right here. One swing can get them back within 2 runs. They threw him a fastball.
Ortiz questioning it. He just froze in that position and turned his head towards Brian O'Nora. The 3-1. Ball 4. Strikeout, single, and now a walk. 2 runners on. Just 1 out. That's the first walk issued by Dickey.
It's always a good sign, but he's got to face Bogaerts now, who's had success in a very short time versus R.A. Dickey. He's had good numbers against him.
Ramirez starts to take a running lead, and that skips away, and runners will advance.
Boy, that takes the double play out right there. It will probably go as another pass ball. Knuckleball from Dickey had some nice movement to it, and the runners will move up. There is the knuckleball right there. You see Russell Martin thinks he has it, and it just takes a right-hand turn right off his hand. That can be very frustrating. Now they need a pop-up or a strikeout.
Second pass ball. How about a base hit to right? Ramirez comes around to score. Ortiz goes to third, an RBI single as Xander Bogaerts gets the Red Sox on the board.
Came into this game over 400. Although it's a small sample size for Xander Bogaerts, you can see high knuckleball, inside out swing. He rips it into right field. That's an RBI hit. He is very hot right now, Bogaerts.
Now a 9-game streak. And Pablo Sandoval doubled in the second inning. Went to third on a pass ball, got no further. Now his runners on the corners. 1 out. And that pops up. Martin goes down to second. Not in time to get Bogaerts. Bogaerts advances.
Blue Jays are going to take a stroll right here as the bench takes a look to see this play. Another ball that's right in front of him, but alertly he comes up firing, but it looks like that tag is a little bit too high. Knuckleball once again. Blue Jays catch a break. It looked like it might have hit the umpire.
Came off the umpire, flipped up. Martin decided to go to second. They thought about it.
Pass ball.
Three pass balls, 2 in this inning. Second and third. 1 out for Sandoval. The ground ball just up the middle. 1 run scores. Here comes Bogaerts. He will score. Red Sox now have cut the lead to 1.
They're not hitting the ball very sharply, but they're hitting it in a good spot. Bogaerts inside out. Hits a soft single into right field, and now the Panda, Pablo Sandoval, takes this ball right back through the middle, and after a couple of pass balls to get guys in the scoring position, they've cut the lead to 1.
Nice little fist bump there, pumped by Sandoval. He drives in 2. It's 4-3. Donaldson on the grass. Piazza takes a strike. He grounded out to second. First trip to the plate, that in the second inning. Ground ball, Donaldson drops it, goes to first, not in time, everybody's safe.
Looked like a tailor-made double play right there. And in his haste to turn it over, it pops out of his glove. Might have been better off just going to second base. It's a shorter throw and a slower runner. Diaza can run. And once that ball is bobbled, Donaldson goes across the diamond and he beats it out. And still just one out for the Red Sox.
There's Nick Castillo. And a home run stripped away by Bautista to lead off the third. Takes a strike. 3 runs have scored, 2 runners aboard, and still only 1 out as the Red Sox are staging a rally in the bottom of the 4th.
This is where the pitcher can help out the team by picking up his teammate. Teammate just booted a double play ground ball. Pick him up right here. Make a pitch, get another ground ball, and get out of this inning.
Fly ball right field, right to Bautista. Tagging Sandoval, and he will make it to third. Bautista didn't have to make as acrobatic a catch that time on Castillo. But now runners at the corners with 2 out.
I would have loved to have seen a healthy Jose Bautista right there challenge Pablo Sandoval. He might not have tagged up on a ball like that. He got himself into great position to make that throw, but you can see as he lobbed that ball back in that shoulder is still bothering him.
We even saw him talk to George Poulos after he made the nice catch against Castillo, and you could see him flexing the shoulder. Sandy Leon, the catcher, popped up to Goins in the third. Ryan Tepera is up in the Blue Jays bullpen. Dickey with a ground ball right back to him. He flips it underhanded to Smoke, and that ends the 4th. But a little bit of a noisy 4th for the Red Sox. They score 3. It's a 4-3 Blue Jays lead. Time now for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Cliff Floyd.
Game, go to sportsnet.ca/schedule. Rob?
Barry, thank you. And it'd be interesting to see now how much life the Red Sox have after countering with 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Clay Buchholz is now right back into the ball game, only down by 1 instead of 4. As his teammates came to his aid and got some runs across.
Yeah, we've got a new ball game now. Let's see if the Blue Jays can counter those 3 runs that the Red Sox scored in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Bautista, Encarnacion, and Colabello to face Buchholz. Through 75 pitches through 4 innings, and starts off inning number 5 with a strike to Bautista. Inside, Jose's 0 for 2. Nice play by Holt in his last trip to the plate. A line shot stung it, but Holt was able to fall to his right to make the play.
I tell you, this is a very interesting defensive alignment for the Boston Red Sox. They play him straight up on the infield, but the outfield is playing him to hit the ball the other way. Look at where the center fielder Castillo is playing. In right center field against Bautista. If he can get a ball to left center, he can run forever.
3-1. Boy, this is a hitter's count. You're right. There's acreage there between left and center.
Hey, even the right fielder, Diaz, is shading him to right field. I don't think I've ever seen a team outfield play Bautista this way.
And high and tight, leadoff walk to Bautista. That's his first walk that he's given up. And we talk about a tale of 2 cities. Look at the difference for Buchholz in Boston and Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto, he has pitched some of his best baseball. You can the numbers play it out right there. 9-3 at Rogers Center with a .230 earned run average, but here, not so good. 3-6 with an ERA of 5, and the home runs allowed, giving up all those home runs here in this ballpark. I don't know if he becomes a little bit more defensive against the Blue Jays here. I mean, it's not like the Rogers Center is a pitcher's ballpark. It's still a great hitter's ballpark. He has had some great games at the Rogers Center, but then I've seen him pitch against the Blue Jays here, and it's always like he's trying to nibble on the corners, and he's falling behind, and he walks guys, and then all of a sudden one big swing, and he's given up 3 runs.
Encarnacion singled and scored in the 2nd. Struck out in the 3rd. Chops at that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blue Jays trying to take advantage of the leadoff walk. Colabello's got.
I think if he had a whole bucket of balls right there, he would have been able to give it to everyone in that first row.
Encarnacion sends that just foul as that skips up and into the seats about 5 or 6 rows. One girl who got nailed, you see her right down in the bottom left of your screen. She is now on defense. She ducked right out of the way. No, been there.
They are talking about possibly putting some screens all the way around the field here. I mean, that is close. For these right-handed power hitters in the lineup for the Blue Jays.
Is that 1 step away from the foul line too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
"35 games, 10 homers, 29 runs batted in here at Fenway Park for Encarnacion." Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bautista's at first. The 2-2. Fastball just missed.
Long at bats the Blue Jays have put up against Buchholz. Last time, Edwin had a 10-pitch at bat against Buchholz. They are laying off those borderline pitches just off the plate.
Two. Down goes Encarnacion. Wonders what could have been.
Make your renovation a cut above during the DIY expert sale. Only at Home Building Center and Home Hardware Building Center.
6th strikeout for Buchholz this afternoon.
Changeup has been a lot better. And that looked like a changeup right there to Edwin to pick up the strikeout.
Season high in strikeouts for Buchholz this year, 11. That came against Seattle. That's Safeco. Colobedo, infield hit and the run scored. Grounded back to the pitcher. Buchholz does not set a land speed record on the hill.
No.
He's no Mark Burley.
No, he really thinks things through, and especially when runners get on base, really slows the whole game down. As he fights his way through this, he'll throw over the first base a couple of times and really try to think this one through. Right now, he's having a lot of trouble with his landing spot on the mound. He keeps looking down and keeps kicking at that dirt as he bounces those balls up to the batters. Changeup's been good to him. The batting average is 50 points lower against him this year against that changeup. It's been a nice complement pitch to his fastball and his breaking ball. And I think a good pitcher has got to be able to use that changeup against a good fastball hitting team like the Blue Jays.
Colabello, ground ball, bounces. Bogart's able to handle the bounce to second on the first double play. Well, 6-4-3, the double play. That's all for the Blue Jays in the fifth.
Encarnacion, starters for the American League. Fans are encouraged to vote and vote a maximum of 35 times per email address. Vote early, vote often, vote at BlueJays.com. And guys, there was a guy on the Blue Jays who looked to be an all-star candidate early in the season, and that's Devin Travis. Hasn't played a game since May the 16th with that shoulder injury. Good news is that he is now back to baseball activities. He's expected to start up a rehab assignment once again, this one possibly by Monday. Remember, he had a rehab assignment stopped after just one game when that shoulder started to bark on him again. But good news is that he should be back relatively soon now.
I like the way John Gibbons explained it. Yeah, he's back doing baseball stuff.
Baseball stuff, quote, unquote, right? Baseball stuff. Yeah, hopefully he can start that rehab next week and get him back here. Just another bat that they can add to this lineup.
All right, Dickey works into the 5th inning, gave up 3 runs in the 4th. Was cruising along. Maybe I was the kiss of death when I said he was cruising along.
You never say that.
No,
you're a veteran announcer. You should never say that.
I mean, the backhand, it was Donaldson makes a very nice play across the diamond, but had to really judge that to make the out.
Well, what he did is he got down low. As a third baseman, you got to stay low in your position. And watch, this ball's hit pretty hard by Pedroia, but you get down low, you can follow it, bend those knees, and now you catch it. You can take some pro hop as you gather yourself. Stays down on that one. That's a nice play by Donaldson.
Past 3 o'clock Eastern time, and as you say, when it gets a little deeper into the afternoon, right side starts to become a little difficult to play.
That field is getting baked right now. They drag it every 3 innings, but it gets clumpy and hard. The deeper you go into a ball game, you saw Clay Buchholz last inning really have trouble with the mound. Fielders have trouble also.
Brock Holt struck out twice. John Gibbons would love to see Dickey have a very quick outing here in the 5th. Powell back in the upper deck to the left. Ground ball to Smoke. He calls off Dickey. And 2 down. Wind is blowing in. Straightaway center fielder a little bit towards right. I don't know how that affects the knuckleball of Dickey. And cooking along pretty well.
It can move. That's fine, but he still has to throw it in a good spot. Big league hitters, if you get that knuckleball up, they'll hit it.
It's like on a tee.
Yeah. So you still have to put it in a good spot, and RA's been working very hard in between starts to get that release point down. The main thing he thinks about is make sure my hand stays behind the knuckleball. He gets in trouble when he gets on the side of it. And generally when he's trying to increase velocity, he gets on the side of it, he ends up pushing it, and then you start to get that tumbling motion in that knuckleball. You don't get the movement. He's got to stay behind the ball, keep his hand behind the ball, and finish with his hand inside that front foot. If you do that, you're going to stay behind it and stay on top of it.
And get it to dance.
And you'll get it to dance. That's right. Now, getting it to dance is one thing, and throwing it where you want to, that's why it's such a finicky pitch, that knuckleball.
Pops it in behind home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So if you think throwing it is difficult, how about trying to catch it? That's difficult. And if you think that's hard, how about try hitting it? I mean, it's just
step 1, step 2, step 3.
All from the knuckleball. It just makes it difficult on everybody.
Ramirez looks at a ball. Singleton scored in the 4th inning after flying out first trip to the plate. The 2-2. Got him looking, and a 3 up, 3 down, fifth for R.A. Dickey. 5 innings in the books. Well, the knuckleball knuckled, and Ramirez could do nothing with it.
You'll earn 5,000 first-use bonus points redeemable for $50 off your next smartphone. Upgrade on a 2-year term with no annual fee. Apply today.
Blue Jay fans in attendance at Fenway Park in Boston. Right now, Jays fans liking what they see. 4-3 lead into the 6th inning. Russell Martin, Justin Smoke, and Kevin Pillar. Facing Clay Buchholz. Nice pitch there. Curveball. You can see Martin's knees buckle, but just didn't find the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Russell Martin with a single and a run scored in the 2nd inning. Struck out in the 4th. 1 of 6 strikeouts for Buchholz. And now 2-0. Now, if you're John Farrell, what are you watching? Pitch count, or you're just watching performance?
I think it's been in baseball for 150 years. The opposition's going to tell you when your pitcher's done, when he's had enough, when the swings start getting a little bit better. There's a check swing to run the count to 3-0.
And Porter says no.
If there's base hits, you can just judge if the batter is seeing the ball. They'll tell you. Farrell does have some action going on in the bullpen because he must see something right now from his starter.
That's skied, and Castillo didn't have to move too far at all. First out of the 6th.
Well, they gave him the green light and he just missed it. 3-0 hacking. Looking to put one on the board quickly, and he just missed it. Popped it in the center field.
Justin Smoke been called out on strikes, went down swinging. So after a brilliant Friday, a bit of a struggle on this Saturday afternoon. And the shift is on. Big swing. Sandoval playing second base.
He was sitting all over that fastball. There's the shift you're talking about. Hey, they're giving you the whole left side. You can take it if you want. Buchholz crossed him up, threw him a changeup. First pitch.
Oh. Got him with the fastball. Strike 2.
Remember, Justin wasn't real happy with strike 3. that first time up. There were runners on base. It was a backdoor slider that got him. He thought it was off the plate. He also thought that fastball was off the plate.
And goes down for the third time, swinging.
The 2015 Honda Civic is Canada's best-selling car for 17 years in a row and the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Massachusetts Institute of Technology. There's a place that I have never been.
My alma mater.
No,
right
it was not MIT. Don't start.
Oh, spent many a day there. Not
sitting in the quad,
not
having
even
a coffee.
Close. Not even close for me.
Well, this is a university town. Harvard, MIT, Boston College, Boston U. I know I've missed some. Kevin Pillar, 2 out, singled twice, driven in a run. So, never forgot Northeastern.
Yes, that's here. Tufts.
Yeah. Am I missing?
They're everywhere.
Just university and college students everywhere. Can't swing a kegger without hitting a college student. Skips in.
Did you say Harvard?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the one I think I nailed.
It's a great city. And a great day for Kevin Pillar right now.
2 for 2. RBI and a run scored. Whoa. Well, not unlike Russell Martin, he just wanted the big blast. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, 2-1. He was looking for a home run, and he got a little bit long right here. Swinging a little bit too hard, trying to knock that ball out of the ballpark. He's got to simplify it again. Get that short swing back. Buchholz has so many different ways that he can get you out. He struck out Justin Smoke on a changeup. He's been throwing cutters up there. Curveballs, we've seen that this inning. Tries to throw the fastball by Pillar. 7 strikeouts now. And 5 2/3 innings for Buchholz.
Skying that is Pillar into shallow right field, and right at the line was Diaza, and it's a 3 up, 3 down, 6th after 5.5. Blue Jays lead by 1 in Boston. Ball partnership and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership.
How about that picture right there? Is that cool? The painter painting Fenway Park. The picture within the picture.
That's neat.
Huh? R.A. Dickey gets set for the 6th inning. Last time out, he was not able to record 6 innings. In fact, 3 of his last 5 starts, he has not been able to record 6 innings in a start after 25 of 27 going 6+ innings. So this inning and next inning, big innings for the Blue Jays and R.A. Dickey.
And he starts off facing Big Papi, David Ortiz. Ortiz popped up in the second, walked and scored in the 3-run 4th inning. Two and 0. Ortiz hammers that right field, way back and gone. Ball game tied. Ortiz hits his 8th homer of the year.
Thursday night, David Ortiz homer for the first time in 69 at-bats for the Red Sox. That was the longest drought since 2011. Well, he makes it 2 homers in 3 games. This is a 2-0 pitch on the inner half. He's still quick enough to get that to that ball. This is a no-doubter to right field.
Maybe he'll talk after today's game. Big Papi with a big fly out of the park, and it's 4-4. Leadoff home run to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Xander Bogaerts to Donaldson, up with it, double pump, and gets the ball over. 1 down.
One more look at David Ortiz. It's a knuckleball on the inner half. You see he's still quick enough to get the barrel through, and he's hit enough in his career, enough home runs to know when he gets it. And that one was deep to right field.
Pablo Sandoval now, and he's had a good day. He's 2 for 2, driven in 2 runs. Karam's off the facing in behind home plate, man, down to the box seats down below. Went after it very quickly. 0-2. Oh, chased one. Sandoval goes down swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Dickey.
They needed that. Sandoval hitting over 400 against the Blue Jays this year, but R.A. makes quick work of him. It went up and out of the strike zone. That is strikeout number 5 this afternoon for R.A.
Alejandro Diaza, the right fielder, grounded out, reached base on an error. Diaza chases that pitch and gets it. Here's Dickey's numbers home and on the road. At home, very neat 201 average. On the road, 342. For the OPS and WHIP numbers. Fly ball left field and on the run, diving. Colabello can't get to it. Goes into the corner and into second base goes Diaza.
That ball just kept slicing and slicing away from Chris Colabello, the left fielder. He was shading him, Diaza, that way. But from a left-handed bat, when they get inside it like that, they create that spin. You can see as the hands go first and then the barrel, and it slices away, and it looks like it's going to be there, but it just keeps taking the ball towards the foul line for extra bases.
2-out double with the Red Sox, and the leadoff home run by David Ortiz, making it a 4-4 game. Weak grounder chopped right in front, and Dickey was up on it quickly, but called foul by Brian Honora. Getting some new baseballs. Castillo flied out twice to right field. Broken bat, grounder. Donaldson on the move. Very nice running toss, and that ends the sixth, but it was a blast by Big Papi that has squared this up. Through 6, the big man delivers his 8th homer of the year. It's 4-4.
That means you don't have to make a choice tonight. It is Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Blackhawks and Tampa Bay Lightning tied at 2 games apiece. Game 5 goes tonight at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on CBC. Rob?
Barry, that should be a good one. A little hockey action, and now with a little baseball action. The Red Sox have gone to a new man on the mound in Tommy Lane, the left-hander.
We saw Tommy Lane in last night's ball game. He had a streak of 15 straight at-bats without a hit. Well, that was broken up on the first batter that he faced. Justin Smoak hit a home run against him. But other than that, he has had a lot of success. 275 earned run average for Tommy Lane.
And the Big Panda is now resting. So Sandoval replaced by Bianchi, and the first ball dropped down. It's a bunt. Bianchi is tested and responds very nicely as Ryan Goins on a bunt attempt is thrown out.
Well, why not test him right off the bat? Pablo Sandoval is out. Bianchi is in, and let's see if he's ready. He's anticipating the bunt by Ryan Goins, and he makes this pretty easily. A couple of steps before Goins could get there. One down. Nice play.
To the top of the order, and Jose Reyes 1 for 3 and an RBI single in the 4th. So Buchholz went 6 innings, 4 runs on 8 hits, struck out 7, walked 1. 105 pitches, now makes way for Tommy Lane, and there's another bunt, this one by Reyes. Lane is up with it. He now makes the play.
Okay, that doesn't work.
Yeah. Tried it once, tried it twice.
Tommy Lane got off the mound quickly. And I like how he catches the ball with his back towards first base. He bounces off the mound, catches it with the back toward first. That allows him to plant that back foot, get on top of the ball, and throw a pea over to first base to get the out.
And that's all. Lane does his job, gets the 2 outs against Goins and Reyes. And he will rest now. Six innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 1, fanned 7. And at least right now he leaves and teams are tied 4-4. Tommy Lane did his job, 2/3 of an inning, as the Blue Jays try to lay down a couple of bunts on him, Tabby, and now it's Alex Ogando.
Alexi Ogando, 23 games. This was a great pickup, I thought, in the offseason to get Ogando. Blue Jays know all about him when he was with Texas. He's faced them 10 times already. He's also made 3 starts against them. They've only hit .220 against him. He's got a good fastball and a wipeout slider.
Went 2 innings on Wednesday. That matched the season high in Baltimore. Didn't allow a run over the 7th or 8th innings. He had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. And now with 2 out, he faces Josh Donaldson.
And this is the matchup that John Farrell wanted. He brought in Lane to get the left-handed hitting going, to turn Reyes around and make him bat right-handed. Now he's got a power pitcher against the power hitters of the Blue Jays. That fastball registered 95.
Donaldson looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Ogando deals up high. Fastball again at 95. Donaldson had 3 hits last night, an RBI and a run scored. Today struck out, grounded out, fielder's choice. It's a piece of it, chops it foul down the third baseline, where it's handled by Luis Rivera, third base coach, who got a shot in the batting cage earlier today. And that drew a lot of attention from the Blue Jays.
He hit one out. I will contend that he hit one out.
Fan ate it?
Yeah.
Fan reached over the monster seats. But everybody gave him the home run sign. Everybody gave him the...
It was gone. Right there, right over that infinity sign, right down the left field line.
Had everybody fired up on the Blue Jays side. That's how you do it. Donaldson.
You know, you can see why John Farrell brought Ogando into this game. Right-handed power pitcher against Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion. In their career, 7 for 30 against Ogando with some strikeouts. He has got a good arm. When nobody else wanted him, the Red Sox thought enough to go out and get him. A little under-the-radar type of move, and it's paid off for him.
Donaldson hammers this straightaway center field. Castillo only had to make a couple of steps back, and it turns into a 1-2-3 inning. Good work by Lane and Ogando.
.7 p.m. and it is Blue Jays White Panel Hat Day presented by Jack Links. The first 20,000 fans will receive a Blue Jays White Panel hat. Go to BlueJays.com for more. You know, a few years back, the Blue Jays brought back those baby blue uniforms to wear occasionally. I think on White Panel Hat Day, guys, they should wear those great retro white panel hats.
That'd be a full throwback, yeah. Right now, Liam Hendricks will take over in the 7th inning.
Last time Liam Hendricks entered a ball game, that was Tuesday against Miami. He threw an inning, gave up a hit, but he was the benefactor of the walk-off home run by Edwin Encarnacion. That gave him a record of 2-0 with a .329 earned run average. In fact, the last 2 wins in the last 2 walk-offs, it's been Liam Hendricks who has won those games for the Blue Jays, averaging a strikeout an inning, 29 strikeouts this year and just 5 walks for Hendricks. He will now face the bottom of the order for the Boston Red Sox to start the 7th.
Starting with Sandy Leon. Leon with the ground ball. Very quickly scooped up by Ryan Goins. He makes the out. And that is retired for 3. And here's the pitching line for R.A. Dickey. 96 pitches.
6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. A walk and 5 strikeouts for Dickey. The only mistake he made was that home run. Fell behind David Ortiz and Big Papi reached him. Otherwise, he would be in line for the win here. Now it's just a no decision.
Dustin Pedroia, top of the order. He's 0 for 3 this afternoon. By the way, Bianchi came in for Sandoval as Pablo Sandoval is left the game with right quad tightness, they report. Slider missing down and away, 2-0. Driven into left field. That's a base hit for Pedroia. So he picks up his first hit of the afternoon, a 1-out single.
He has been hot. Right at the top of that lineup for the Red Sox. He's going to turn on a fastball. He got ahead of the count. He was looking for the fastball. He got it from Liam Hendricks. Pops it in the left field for a base hit.
Runner at first, Pedroia. Brock Holt. He's 0 for 3. Takes the fastball for strike 1. Fouled out of play down the left side by Holt. Hendricks is ahead 0-2 against the first baseman for the Red Sox.
He has been doing that all year long. Liam Hendricks getting ahead of hitters, pounding it, pounding that strike zone with that fastball and that slider. That hit that we just saw from Pedroia off of Liam Hendricks was just the 4th hit that he's given up to a right-handed batter over his last 39 at bats.
On the run is Pedroia. This is driven into center field, charging in. It drops in front of Pilar. Back-to-back hits.
Well, there was a lot going on that play. Dustin Pedroia took off on the pitch, and it looked like they were thinking about pitching out. You see Martin pop out of there, but it's a fastball right down the middle, and Holt swings and dumps it into center field. Pedroia had thoughts of maybe going back, thinking that that ball might have been caught, so he cannot advance to third base. Lots happening on that play.
Hanley Ramirez, single and a run scored. 1 for 3. Called out on strikes his last trip to the plate. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Ramirez sends it foul and just past the Blue Jays dugout on the third base side.
Sox have hit well lately here at Fenway Park. They have been averaging 6 runs a game over the last 5 games. And they're starting to hit more home runs. They've now hit 8 home runs over the last 6 games here.
Well, that makes this friendly confines for the home team.
Well, this makes this a very tough at bat right here. Hanley Ramirez has got 13.
This one is a line shot, just gets by the glove of Smoke and loads the bases. Looked like it was going to be a soft liner that Smoke was going to be able to handle. Time now with a drive to the green, brought to you by the 2015 Honda Civic, Canada's best-selling car 17 years in a row, and the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Told you that the Red Sox have been hitting more home runs here at Fenway Park lately over the last 5 games. This is their 8th home run. David Ortiz just last inning with our drive of the game, just his 8th home run of the season. But it tied up the score, and now he has a chance to put the Red Sox ahead.
And now you hear the ovation for Big Papi with the bases loaded. Donaldson playing right between second and third. Now starts the back off. Reyes in behind the bag at second. Pedroia at third. Holt at second. Ramirez at first. 4-4 game. Big cut by Ortiz. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball by Hendricks.
Well, this is going to be power versus power right here. Teams have been really pumping that fastball up and into Big Papi. 11 career grand slams for Ortiz. And I think that's what Hendricks is going to do. We're going to attack him.
1-1. Fouled away, left side. There's a chant going up from the crowd of Papi, Papi. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hendricks set. Down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Slider in the dirt to Ortiz. After a ground out by Leon, 3 straight singles by the Red Sox to load the bases. In a 4-4 game, bottom of the 7th. And Big Papi slaps his right hip as he strikes out, 2 down.
Again, that's what teams have been doing. When you got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, you can challenge them, and they've been doing that. That's exactly what Hendricks does to get a big strikeout for the Blue Jays.
Now he has to do it again. Xander Bogaerts, and Bogaerts has been a tough out.
Up and away with that one. You can see on the replay. Fastball up and away, and he just can't catch up to it.
Bogaerts 1 for 3, singled and scored, drove in a run in the 4th. It was a 3-run 4th inning by the Red Sox. They added 1 more in the 6th and the home run by Ortiz to tie the game. And now threatening again, bases loaded, 2 out.
Maybe their hottest hitter, he and Pedroia, their hottest hitter of late.
Pedroia, the go-ahead run, 90 feet away at 3rd. Bogaerts sends it foul, right side, upper deck. Hendricks is ahead, 0-2.
9-game hit streak for Xander Bogaerts. He also got one of the higher averages for the Red Sox with runners in scoring position this year. His eyes light up when there's runners on base. Came into this game at 349. He's already had an RBI single this afternoon. That came back in the 4th inning.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Hendricks leaves the bases loaded and gets out of a jam. 3 straight singles loaded the bases. Ortiz struck out. Bogaerts strikes out. And the Blue Jays out of a spot of trouble in the 7th, tied at 4.
Call 1-888-ROGERS-1. Hurry, offer ends soon. And speaking of igniting, how about Liam Hendricks igniting his way through a couple of strikeouts to get out of that jam?
Well, he ignited and then had to put out the fire too. Bases loaded on 3 straight singles, and then able to get a couple of strikeouts and end the threat. To the 8th inning, Bautista Encarnacion against Colabello against Alexi Ogando. Bautista has flied out, lined out, and walked. .94-mile-an-hour fastball, fouled back by Bautista. Blue Jays have won 9 in a row. They won 9 in a row last year in May, trying to make it 10, but locked into a 4-4 tie with the Boston Red Sox.
And locked in a pretty good pitching tool right here. Now Ogando, he is bringing it right now.
Jays with 4 runs, 8 hits, and an error. Boston 4 runs, 9 hits, and an error.
Last time Ogando worked was on the 10th, so 3 days ago, when he threw 2 innings at Baltimore.
Ground ball, roller to short. Bogarts is up with it, makes the play to Holt, 1 down. Well, Barry mentioned it about igniting at 3 straight singles, but then Hendricks able to put out the fire.
That was huge. High fastball, and how about the reaction from Liam? Bases loaded, 1 out. You've got the number 4 hitter in Big Poppy, and then the number 5 hitter, Bogarts. They're 2 best RBI guys, and he handles them easy. You got to show a little emotion out on that mound.
I think it's good. Translates to the rest of the team. Yeah. Fired up, and you're into it.
You want to win.
Encarnacion takes a sweep at it, and strike 1. Edwin singled in the 2nd inning, scored, and 2 Ks next to his name. Oh, big swing. He wanted that one over with, didn't he?
Both he and Bautista are not trying to hit a single in the outfield. They're trying to get the ball up here in this ballpark and put a run on the board.
Shadows just starting to creep in on the left side of the infield. And behind home plate.
And this makes it nasty for the outfield, especially center field and right field. This time of the day, those fly balls, you got to really stay with it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Encarnacion gets under it. Shallow center field. Everybody running in for it, and it is Castillo who calls for it and makes the out. 2 down.
Make your renovation a cut above during the DIY expert sale. Only at Home Building Center and Home Hardware Building Center.
Kind of asked whether or not you wondered who might blink first in a 4-4 game. You saw both Bautista and Encarnacion look big, trying to end it right there and send the team ahead. Now it's up to Chris Colabello. Colabello drives this into right center field, drops in front. Castillo, he tracks it down, and it's a single, a 2-out single for Colabello.
You know, that's how you attack a guy who's thrown 95 like that. As Colabello's going to be lifted, a nice easy swing. He's going to supply the power. So you just make sure you get that barrel of the bat out in front. The outfield for the Boston Red Sox was playing very deep. They wanted no doubles, so Castillo can cut that ball off. Colabello does his job as he picks up his 2nd hit of the afternoon, and he'll be replaced by the pinch runner.
Carrera comes in. Ezekiel Carrera will take over for Colabello. A little speed on the base paths. Discussion on the mound. Now with 2 out, 1 on, Russell Martin. Just taking a look at the mound conference. Carrera runs into into right field just to get himself warmed up, stretched out. Carl Willis finishes his discussion with Ogando.
One guy who has hit a home run against Ogando in his career, it's Russell Martin. Martin's 2 for 4 with a home run off of Ogando. I'll take a double right here. Carrera runs well enough that he can score on an extra base hit.
Russell Martin 1 for 3, single and a run scored in the second. And Ogando's going to pay a little bit of attention to Cabrera at first. Boy skips in, and that was tantalizing for Carrera as it bounced in front of Leon.
Yeah, Leon thought the ball went back to the backstop initially. Spikes this ball on this slider, and look, he turns to look for the ball, and it's right at his feet. But not far enough away for Carrera to advance.
Year-old Alexi Ogando looks in, 1-0 the count, 2 out, man on first. Delivers high and away.
Carrera was actually breaking back towards first base when that pitch was delivered. Did not look like he was trying to steal second base.
Martin to short. The throw over and the force at second ends the 8th. Time now for an update. Let's go to Blue Jays Central. Jamie Campbell and Clip 4. Line echoes through Fenway Park. Right now, so good is this game. It's 4-4. Feel free to sing along at home. Barry Davis, Pat Talbot, I'm Rob Paulson for a vacationing Buck Martinez in a 4-4 game. Line is the same, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for both the Blue Jays and Red Sox. But into the bottom of the 8th, the Blue Jays had to make a change. Colabello went to first, and Carrera pinch ran for him. He'll stay in and play in left field. Jeff Bianchi gets his first trip to the plate as he steps in for Sandoval. Pablo Sandoval left with tightness in his right quad.
He was signed as a minor league free agent last December. He was a non-roster invitee to this team. You can see his numbers in Pawtucket. This is his first season in the Red Sox organization. He has also spent some time with Milwaukee, Kansas City, and the Chicago Cubs organizations. Got a chance to do something here with Sandoval out.
Made his Red Sox debut as a pinch runner in May against the LA Angels. Had not played since then, and now coming in for Sandoval. Bianchi looks at another pitch away, a slider, 2 balls, 2 strikes as Hendricks works into the 8th inning. Came in relief of R.A. Dickey, who went 6, gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, struck out 5, walked 1. Soft ground ball. Goins very quickly up with it to Smoke. 1 down. And now Alejandro De Aza, the right fielder, will step in. He's doubled, reached base on an error, and grounded out.
How about that? 491 to 491. We're all tied up, everything this afternoon.
And they've had a 3-run inning and a 1-run inning, both teams. Fouled away. Diaza. Oh boy. A bit of target practice on that. You need the dent doctor. Fouled back again by De Aza. The 2-2, he reaches out and fouls it back. One out, bottom of the 8th. Fouled back again. So De Aza making him work. John Farrell, trying to figure out what to do. 27-35, his ball team.
Lots of heat being placed on John right now.
Well, a writer wrote last night that the Red Sox season ended at 9:42 on June 12th. And that was at the end of the 9-run 7th inning by the Blue Jays. Grounded right to Smoke. Doesn't have to go too far at all to make the second out.
That's when the season ended?
Yeah.
We've got 100 games to play.
Interesting quote, huh?
Oh, we got 100 games to play. At least the Blue Jays do. They've only played 62 games. We've got 100 to go. And how can you say your season ended in the middle of June? And that's how they are around here.
It's a tough market to play in.
Tough market, a lot of pressure. Boston's played 62, so they have 100 games left too. But he's feeling the pressure. Everybody starts to panic when you lose a couple of games in a row.
Amazing what happens though. They were 12-10 out of the gate. So after 22 games, all of a sudden it was all sunshine. Now there's a black cloud, and there's a ground ball out. 3 up, 3 down for Hendricks in the 8th. Heading to the 9th inning, tied at 4 at Fenway.
Ball game. Blue Jays are in town. They take on the Orioles at 1:07 p.m. So bring Dad to the game for Father's Day. Go to BlueJays.com for tickets. And any fathers out there, you may want to just remind your sons. Ball game, Rogers Center. Great idea.
That's right, Barry. Put that right on the fridge, on the magnet. Ball game Sunday. And you know what? The Father's Day game, Rogers Center, has always been a special one. It's always a good one to go. And there's going to be a new man on the mound. It's their closer.
Well, you can't win a game with your closer on the mound in extra innings, so you bring him in here in the 8th inning. Koji Uehara, 22 games this year, a very good earned run average at 237, 13 for 15 in saves. He picked up that 13th save last Saturday. That was against Oakland. He's only thrown 19 innings this year. He's got a fastball and a devastating splitter. He's going to be around the plate. Doesn't throw very hard. 26 saves last year. He's halfway there with 13 here in 2015.
And he will face Smoke, Pilar, and Goins. And Bianchi had to be steered into the shift. He was ready to play just off third base, and very quickly Bogart says, no. This guy, we play you over here at second. Pedroia's in shallow right. Smoke goes the other way, drops it in. A leadoff single, and knocking it down was Ramirez in front.
Been a tough afternoon for Justin, but he starts it off nicely with a line single to left field. He's going to be lifted for a pinch runner. Goes the other way off of Uehara in his career. He has had a lot of success. Smoke was 1 for 2 with a home run. And now 2 for 3 as he trots off after that leadoff single.
Danny Valencia will come to pinch run. Blue Jays opting for a little more speed, trying to get this run across. A leadoff single to begin the 9th inning for the Blue Jays. Kevin Pilar, 2 for 3. An RBI single in the 2nd inning. That was the 3-run second. This one. Oh, and you see Pilar react. He pops this right up.
You know, when pitchers see a batter square around, they're taught to throw a high fastball to try and get a bunt popped up. And that's exactly what happens. High fastball at the top of the strike zone. And Pilar upset with himself. Tough to get that ball down. He did everything right. He kept the bat at the top of the strike zone. He kept it at a 45-degree angle, but it just goes up in the air.
So Pilar not able to advance the runner into scoring position. Ryan Goins is 2 for 3. Now he tried to lay down a bunt in the 7th inning with Tommy Lane on the mound. He was thrown out. He had scored, drove in 2 runs in the 2nd inning and had a single in the 4th.
He's had a multi-hit game and then tried to drop that bunt down that you were talking about. Lefty pitcher and Lane, a tough pitcher. Keep thinking about going back through the middle. That's where he's gotten all of his hits. Back through the middle or to left center field.
This one he gets under, skying it. Pedroia backing up into shallow right. Makes the play.
Hart was going to throw a lot of splitters. Fastball, he doesn't really challenge you anymore with that fastball. He throws a lot of splitters, and that's 2 batters that are out in front. A couple of pop-ups.
And now after the leadoff single, 2 out. Valencia came in to pinch run for Smoke. Top of the order, Jose Reyes. Batting left-handed. An RBI single in the 4th. Chase the fastball.
Just 87 miles an hour for Uehara. And if you're Danny Valencia, you got to get a big secondary lead. And you're thinking about an extra base hit. Jose obviously can reach with those extra base hits. So you're going to try and score. Outfield is deep, especially in center, and especially in right field, to try and cut off any ball into the gap.
The Yankees even with the bag at 3rd. Bogarts and Pedroia are back. Reyes watches that. It's a tip low.
Watches
Body
it.
English that all the way.
In. Looked like another splitter. Just 78 miles an hour from Uehara. And if you're Jose Reyes, you're trying to get him to get that split finger fastball up. That's what he wants to do to try and get you out. Chase after that splitter out of the strike zone.
Foul back. Uehara's had stops with Baltimore and Texas before landing in Boston in 2013 when he was signed as a free agent.
What a find. We had Andrew Bailey here. I thought he was going to be the closer, Joel Hanrahan, but it was Uehara who was taking over that closer's role over the last couple of years.
He's 39. Oh, crowd wanted that.
It was off the plate.
Yeah, 3-2.
You can see it, fastball off the plate. Reyes was looking for that splitter.
I love it though when 35,000 other umpires disagree.
They'll probably throw him one right here. Yeah. Splitter right here. By running that count to 3-2, Valencia can get a good head start over there at first base.
Played with the Yomiuri before coming to North America. Uehara facing Jose Reyes at full count. Valencia on the move. Reyes strikes out. And that ends the top of the 9th. Left 1 man aboard to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 4.
Fox has 2 shutout innings with a couple of strikeouts this afternoon. Steve Delabar and Aaron Loup both pitched in last night's ball game and really bridged it to the end for Osuna and Cecil to win it. They both had scoreless innings, and they're going to need another one now as Steve Delabar comes in. He is the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Blue Jays. Delabar was the winner in last night's game with his inning of relief, scoreless inning of relief. There are his numbers this year. Right-handers just 188, left-handers 095. His fastball command has been much better as Danny Valencia takes over at first base.
And Blake Swihart comes in to face Delabar to start the 9th off. Bottom of the 9th, tied at 4. Swihart got the start last night. Fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Swihart had a pretty good night, a couple of hits, 3 runs scored. Now 3-1. The Blue Jays put the leadoff man in at the top of the 9th, could do nothing with it. Delabar is trying to keep that from happening. 3-1. Under it. Swihart calling for Donaldson, foul territory, shailing his eyes, had to make a couple of dance steps to the left.
Steve's got a good fastball. That was a 3-1 fastball, and it beat the young hitter. Blake Swihart got underneath that one. A little pop-up. The shadows are starting to come into play just a little bit as they creep a little bit closer to home plate.
You see the light standard shadow on the left side. Dustin Pedroia singled his last trip to the plate. That was in the 7th. Pedroia at 1 for 4. A slider there from Delabar.
Got underneath that one just a little bit.
Another off-speed pitch. Sent foul down left field line. Two balls and a strike. There's Aaron Luke. He was in action last night. Big cut by Pedroia. He was trying to end it.
Yeah, and we've seen him in the past take pitches like that and knock it out of this ballpark. High fastball. They actually wanted that one down and away. And Pedroia can't get on top of that one. I got no problem with that.
No.
I've seen him hit that ball out of the ballpark.
The 2-2, rip foul.
Tell you what, this guy never gives away any at bats. He is grinding it day after day after day. I don't care what the score is, where the Red Sox are in their standings. This guy is a gamer.
This is outside. Bottom of the ninth, tied at 4. Another afternoon game tomorrow with Estrada against Rodriguez. Now this battle is between Steve Delabar and Dustin Pedroia. Full count. Fouled back straight behind home plate.
Breaking ball. How about that? 3-2.
To pound him with a fastball.
He's got a good one. He has got a good fastball, but threw the breaking ball right there, and it fooled Pedroia.
3-2 again. An excuse me swing. Valencia scoops it up and makes the play. 2 down. So Pedroia went after it and just now I got to run down there.
That one looked like it might have been a splitter. He had homered off of Delabar as one of his hits against him. So Steve knew that he wasn't going to challenge him in that situation.
Left-handed batter Brock Holt. Holt single, a couple of strikeouts, and was grounded out. There's a fastball to go with ball 1. 1-1 the count.
Looked like he was taking that one all the way. He's got an outstanding on-base percentage. You can see why. He can take a lot of pitches. On-base percentage of .388 as he stands in that batter's box. Not afraid to hit with 1 or 2 strikes. He's trying to get on board for Hanley Ramirez. Right behind him.
Ooh. 2-2. Fastball. And again, a stadium full of umpires didn't like it.
Nothing wrong with that pitch. There's Hanley right behind him. Their most productive hitter this year.
The 2-2 swing and a miss. How about some extra inning play? Through 9, it's 4-4. A strikeout by Delabar to retire Holt. That means we play a little extra in Boston.
Now become a member of the Junior Jays Club. Members receive a Blue Jays cap, stainless steel water bottle, and nylon wallet, as well as front-of-the-line access to run the bases. Membership's only $24.99. Sign up today. Go to bluejays.com/kids. And gentlemen, I should point out that in the last promo I read about Father's Day, I happened to use the term sons take your fathers to the game. And of course, I don't want to forget the daughters too, because there are a lot of daughters who like to take their dads to the ball game and are big baseball fans. I just happen to be the father of a son, and I'm just kind of hinting around to him.
Okay, kids, take your dad to the ballpark.
We'll be at the ballpark, right? Father's Day. New pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, and the Blue Jays are very familiar with him. This is Matt Barnes. He pitched in last night's game. In fact, he started that 7th inning where the Blue Jays scored all of those runs. Good fastball, overhand curveball. Righties hitting .361, lefties .323 off of Barnes. He has made 14 relief appearances for Boston this year, and believe it or not, 10 of them are scoreless.
Yeah, and Blake Swihart will take over behind the plate for Leon. And, well, this is a tough call for Barnes to come in and have to face Donaldson, Bautista, and Encarnacion in the 10th.
You know, but I love this. I love what John Farrell's doing right here with this young right-hander. He had a tough night last night. I'm going to put you right back out there, and I'm going to throw you in the fire against three of the best hitters the Blue Jays have to offer.
Gave up a single, a double, and a single. 2 RBIs, and all of a sudden that changed the entire complexion of last night's game and got the Blue Jays fired up in that 9-run 7th.
3 hits, 3 runs scored.
Donaldson.
As a manager, I think that's a good thing. Let me see what you're made of right here. He's a young kid. You know, do you have what it takes to pitch in the major leagues at a very high pressurized part of the ball game on this type of team? Let's see what you got here.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Donaldson. And there's a strikeout as Donaldson has not been able to find a hit this afternoon.
That's his strikeout pitch right there. That good overhand curveball. It's got the good rotation. That's called a 12-6. Like the hands of a clock from 12 to 6, it goes straight down.
Barnes able to retire the first man he faced, something he was not able to do last night. Jose Bautista now looking for a hit. He's been on base once. He walked in the 5th. Is it a curved ball that misses? Comes right back with another curveball.
Why not? Why not throw a good breaking ball right there? Blue Jays do not have a lot of history with Barnes.
Bautista drives this into left field, and Ramirez had to look, got a second look, and then moved in to make the catch and the second out. Earlier today, 3rd inning, this one was a beauty by Jose Bautista as he has stole away a home run from Castillo.
The only reason why we're playing extra innings is because of this play right here by Jose. Up and almost over as R.A. Dickey cheers him on as he saves a run. And that ball, if he doesn't make that play, this game's over. The Blue Jays lost it.
2 out. Barnes delivers to Encarnacion, and it is outside in the dirt. Able to get his fastball up to the high 90s. That one 97 miles an hour.
He's got a great arm. Blue Jays found the hole in last night's game when he came in. Couldn't get anybody out. The bottom of the lineup that started. Pilar, Goins, and then Reyes, and then he was out. You can see why he was a #1 pick, though.
Skips in again. 3-0.
Remember, you've got Carrera on deck who came in to pinch run for Colabello. So you got to figure that Eddie's got the green light here. He might just pitch around him.
The 3-0 there for a strike. This is the draft class of 2011 for the Red Sox, as Barnes was the 19th pick and Swihart was the 26th pick. Three balls, 1 strike. Encarnacion finds room between third and short. Ground ball through the left side and a 2-out single. His second hit of the afternoon.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are lucky he didn't get that ball up in the air. You got to know where you are in the game and who's hitting, who's on deck. You're behind in the count. They wanted that ball off the plate, and it was right down the middle, and he's lucky that that ball didn't get sent out of here.
Ezekiel Carrera. It's his first trip to the plate. Pinch ran for Colabello in the 8th and has now taken his spot in left field.
Blue Jay fan down the left field line caught that foul ball. And fans are booing him. There you go.
Carrera pops it up. Being called off was Bianchi, and Bogaerts makes the play. That strands Encarnacion at first base to the bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. Xander Bogaerts to face Steve Delabar. Blue Jays had a 3-run second, then added one more in the top of the 4th before Boston got going in the bottom of 4th. Added 3 runs of their own. A single run in the 6th tied the game up, and here we are in the 10th.
I'll tell you, this is like a heavyweight fight. Both of these teams want to win this one. The Red Sox, they're under pressure. They're under stress that they want this win badly. And so do the Blue Jays. They want to make it 10 in a row.
Delabar. Slider off speed, and that fooled Ramirez. Hanley Ramirez has 2 singles. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Blue Jays, you mentioned, 9 wins in a row. Red Sox have lost 4. Comes right back with a strike, a fastball, 0-2.
He got caught guessing twice. He was guessing fastball first pitch. And Delabar threw him a breaking ball. Swung right through it. That time he thought, well, he's going to throw him another breaking ball. Threw a fastball right down the middle. Now as a hitter, he doesn't know what to look for.
Slow roller to short. Up with it. Quick throw. Reyes makes the play.
Got to come hard if you're the shortstop right there. Hanley Ramirez still runs well. Jose does, and with that great arm, gets him by an eyelash over at first base.
I think the knee's feeling a little better. He hustled down the line.
Yeah, and the hamstring. Good stretch by Valencia to finish it off.
And that's all for Steve Delabar. He gets the first man he faces here in the bottom of the 10th. Ramirez is done, and Aaron Loup comes in for the bullpen. settle in to face Big Papi, David Ortiz.
And Aaron pitched in last night's game, a scoreless inning for the Blue Jays. There, his record, 1-3 in 27 games. Lefties 194, and he's brought in here to face Ortiz, who has had his problems with left-handed pitching this season.
It's a great outing by Luke last night because his road ERA is not very good.
And Ortiz, he wants to prove that he can still hit lefties. He has struggled this year, like I said, a 114 average and 70 at bats, no home runs and 4 RBIs. There are his career numbers versus Aaron Loup. He wants to prove that he can still get them.
Loup comes back with a fastball. Strike 2. Ortiz tied things up with a leadoff homer in the 6th inning. 8th homer of the season. His 55th home run against Toronto, but he will not get 56. He goes down swinging.
Just cannot catch up to that high fastball from Aaron Loup. That is a design play right there. You want to throw that ball up here. As a hitter, it looks really inviting and enticing. You think you're going to win the ball game with a home run, and you swing right through it.
Loup looks in now to Xander Bogaerts. RBI single, run scored in the 4th. That was the 3-run 4th by the Red Sox. Struck out twice and grounded out once. Starts him off with an off-speed pitch. Ground ball towards second, charging, going to the shovel to Valencia, makes the play, and it's 1-2-3. Delabar and Loup do a nice job in the 10th, moving to the 11th, tied at 4. Goins knew he only could. To the 11th inning, Matt Barnes remains on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. Martin, Valencia, and Pilar. Due up. Russell Martin had the big blow in last night's game. Bases loaded triple, brought home 3. Got the Jays on the right side of the scoreboard. Changeup misses. 2-0 the count.
Don't want to get big here. I mean, in your swing, you don't want to get long in your swing. Again, he's going to supply the power. So make sure you get it out in front.
Like that, Martin fires at left center field. Back it goes and gone. Off the light standard, a home run. Russell Martin for the second night.
You mentioned the big hit in last night's ball game, the bases clearing triple that put the Blue Jays ahead. And now here in the 11th inning, he gets a pitch out in front, 2-0. That is a classic home run swing right there from Russell Martin. Short, it was short. He caught it out in front. And in this ballpark, all you have to do is get it going, get it out in front, get it up in the air, and you're going to have a home run.
Blue Jays take the lead 5-4.
Two and 0. Told you, don't get long. Watch the barrel go right to the ball. The barrel of that bat, and he knows it. Russell knows it. It's quick. He creates backspin, and see ya. That's out of any ballpark.
Now right in the alley, left center, over the monster seats, off the light standard. That's the way to do it. And now Danny Valencia gets his chance to face Barnes. Came in and pinch ran for Justin Smoke. Stayed in the game to play first. Ground ball chopped. Gets by Bianchi. Right there was Bogaerts to make up for it, and Bogaerts finishes it off. Got an update for you. Let's check in again with Jamie Campbell.
Justin Verlander.
That's right, making his
Making
opening
the start for
day.
the
That's his
Tigers.
opening day for him.
That's right. 2 innings so far. A couple of strikeouts. No walks for Verlander.
And that's exactly what the Tigers want to see. The strike to Pilar. Blue Jays leading 5-4 on the solo shot to lead off the top of the 11th. Russell Martin pushing the Jays in front again, the second straight game. Very nice play, though, by Bogaerts. Bianchi went after the ground ball by Valencia. Got by him, and Bogaerts was right there to make the play.
Yeah, no panic. No panic in the shortstop. Just fielded the ground ball. He's got a good arm. He has got a very bright future for the Red Sox.
Slow roller to Bogaerts again. Reaches down and snaps away the throw. 2 down. After the home run, 2 ground ball outs. Ryan Goins will come to the plate. 1 run in, 2 down. Blue Jay fans now feeling a little bit better. This gets into the 11th inning.
That's up where Russell hit that ball.
Yeah. I don't know. Are they expecting more?
Hope so.
Goins 2 for 4. This one a ground ball. Slow roller right to. How about Xander Bogaerts again? After the home run, all Bogaerts. But the big blow comes to start the 11th, and it's Russell Martin. Takes the pitch deep. His 10th homer of the year gives the Blue Jays a 5-4 lead as we head to the bottom of the 11th. Bases loaded triple into the triangle. 3 runs scored, and Martin turned that game around. And this afternoon, the 11th inning, takes this one, no doubt.
Don't you just love those players who can rise to the occasion in tough situations? Russell did it in last night's game. He does it again here this afternoon. A home run in the top of the 11th, and now he gets to catch Brett Cecil. Brett Cecil into the ball game. Cecil picked up the save in last night's game. His third in just 4 opportunities this season. Just 19 and a third innings for Cecil. Righties got the reverse splits. Righties hitting 185 against Brett. Lefties 353. He is averaging over a strikeout per inning. He ended the ball game on a strikeout last night with a good curveball, trying to save this one for the Blue Jays.
Looking for save number 4 to give the Blue Jays win number 10 in a row and extend the Red Sox losing streak to 5. We'll start against Bianchi. Diaza and Castillo are due up in the bottom of the 11th. Starts with a strike, fastball to Bianchi, who grounded out to second. Curveball misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. R.A. Dickey started the game, went 6 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, struck out 5, walked 1. Chopped down by Bianchi. It was a solo home run by David Ortiz to lead off the 6th that tied the game at 4.
Now it's up to the bullpen. See if they can close the deal for the Blue Jays.
Cecil 1-2. Ground ball struck to Goins. And a second straight ground out to second for Bianchi. Starting off the 11th. 1 out. But boy, you're right. Got to tip your cap. Hendricks, Delabar, Loop, all doing the job. Zeros on the board. 100 Diaza now. 5-4 Jays lead, bottom of the 11th. Brought everything there. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Diaza reached base on an error in the 2nd, doubled in the 6th.
Brett can be very tough on the left-handers like we showed you. So Diaza, he's been known to bunt before. There's Donaldson creeping in at third base just to take that bunt away from him. Here he comes.
That one high. 2 balls and a strike. Teetering precariously now with a 4-game losing streak. I don't want to see it get any deeper than that because they're in deep now. 7 back of the Yankees. Swing and a miss there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's that good overhand curve right there from Brett Cecil. And he's averaging over a strikeout per inning. 10 strikeouts per 9, and he gets a lot of them with that overhand curveball.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. He strikes him out. 2nd strikeout.
Second out of the inning for the Blue Jays, and he doesn't go to the curveball. He reaches back for the fastball, and he puts it in a good spot. Diaz is helpless as he swings at that one.
Brett Cecil gets the first 2 batters here in the bottom of the 11th. Rusney Castillo coming in. He's 0 for 4. 2 fly ball outs, 2 ground ball outs. Brett Cecil, 2 down. Ground ball out and a strikeout. Castillo, little roller. Cecil up with it, turns, fires it to first. Ball game over. Blue Jays win. It takes 11. They win 5-4. They've now won 10 in a row.
You know what? They'll stay out here all afternoon if they're guaranteed to win, and they get that guarantee because of the guy right there, Russell Martin. Blue Jays jumped out ahead. They gave the lead back, but the bullpen comes in, slams the door, gives a chance for the offense, and Russell Martin takes the rest of it right there with the game-winning home run in the 11th.